What's going on, guys? So I want to say thank you to the great positive response I got from my last video about Jose Iglesias, the trade that went down. It was great to see so many other Tiger fans excited as I was to acquire him. And I do want to make a couple corrections about that video that I was wrong about. Jose Ortega was not a part of the trade. When I had made that video, Jose Ortega was actually one of the pitchers rumored to be a part of that trade, but he never actually got traded. It was some Rondon guy, not Bruce Rondon, but a different Rondon, and Brian Villarreal, and the Red Sox also tossed in a couple pitchers as well to go to the White Sox, I believe is what it was. So no Bruce Rondon, and or Jose Ortega, I should say. Um, Another correction, I think I shortchanged Iglesias a little too much. I said his arm is okay. That's wrong. He has a really good arm. Rewatching some of his highlight videos and seeing some of the throws he's able to make, he definitely has a cannon of an arm. He's got a really good arm. So that assessment I made of him was actually pretty wrong. And I think he'll drive in more than 30 in a year if you give him 400 ABs. I think 50 to 60 is actually a more realistic expectation out of him, and I think 260 to 275 would probably be a bit more better assessment than I said. 250, 260, and I think he will put up close to league average OBP, and which league average is 331. So I say like 319, somewhere in there. So let's talk about the series with the Nationals. It was a quick two-game set. I don't know why we even have two-game sets. I think honestly every series should be two or three. But it was a quick two-game set, and it wasn't even close, to be honest with you. The first game, Anibal Sanchez went up against Steven Strasburg, and Anibal Sanchez gave up a run in the first inning, and it was nothing after that. It was one of his best starts he's had since coming off the DL, and he outdueled Steven Strasburg. Strasburg was looking good. He was cruising until Alex Villa hit a grand slam home run off him. And the Tigers, man, the Tigers are a weird team sometimes. Last year, they didn't hit a grand slam to one of the last few weeks of the season where Miggy did it against Oakland. And then this year, they have five and they're tied for the major league lead, and they had hit two in 2 days. So I mean, they are a weird team. Baseball can work in funny ways sometimes. But Tigers won 5-1. Strasburg lost. Sanchez won. And then game two, the final game of the series, Justin Verlander went up against Gio Gonzalez, and the Tigers absolutely tattooed Gio Gonzalez. I think he had 7 earned runs. I don't know. I forget how many innings, because I was listening to this game on the radio, so I was catching parts of it. But he just got destroyed. The Tigers put up a couple 5 spots on him. They won 11-1. I mean, Verlander was in cruise control mode. This was the best his curveball has looked the entire year this year. He actually had that good curve that actually was buckling hitters. It buckled Anthony Rendon. I mean, and it's been a while since we've seen that. That has been the pitch missing the most from his repertoire this year, is that good curveball that he used to, that was just one of the nastiest ones in baseball. I mean, that was one of his signature pitches, that and his fastball. But, this year it's like he's had trouble throwing it for strikes, and the depth of it hasn't been that great. But this game, it looked really good. He was hitting 97 in the sixth when he was up close to 100 pitches, which is a great sign. Something we haven't saw a lot out of him this year doing. So it was a better start, even though his control was a bit erratic early on. He did walk 4, but he only gave up 1 run. So that'll help his ERA a little bit. And it was good to actually see, his secondary stuff looking a lot better than it has in his previous outings. So, hopefully that's a positive sign of this guy going in the right direction. So Tigers start up a series with the Chicago White Sox, and thank God, because they were useless to us. We needed them to beat the Indians, and they had a couple leads and they blew it. The other day Addison Reed blows a friggin' save when the bases are loaded, and he's up 2 runs. The dickhead. I was so pissed off. I mean, I was pissed. We're sitting here winning 5 straight, and they're on an 8 or 7-game win streak or 8-game win streak, and I don't care about the Royals that they've won 9, whatever. They're just barely cracked over the 500 mark, whatever about them. But it's our turn to beat up on those guys. It's our turn to, to pat our stats a little bit. The Indians got to do it. So it's our turn now to do it. And then we get to face the Indians, which I can't wait for to knock them down a little bit. So game 1 is Doug Fister against Santiago. Fister's fresh off the shutout. Game 2 is Max Scherzer against John Danks. And then game 3 is Rick Porcello against Rienzo. I believe is how you say his name, Andre Rienzo. So hopefully the Tigers, man, if they could sweep and really pad some stats against them, that would be great. But 2 or 3 I'd be okay with. There's one thing I want to say real quick before I end this video. This stuff with MLB delaying itself for the biogenesis is just getting on my nerves. And it's all because of A-Rod is why it is like this. Because he's sitting here taking his sweet time to get a plea deal, or not a plea deal, but a deal with the MLB, so he's not banned for life. Now he's going to even be playing in rehab games, so all these people saying that the biogenesis stuff is going to be announced Friday. Now I'm hearing Sunday, and all you have is these conflicting reports. John Haber will report that the MLB is going to levy a ban, and then Bob Nightingale saying that it could happen this day, and then some Ortiz guy on ESPN will report that A-Rod will appeal any suspension, but then Bob Nightingale will report that he's going to accept it, and they're going to work on a deal. So what the hell is going on? I mean, I think it's time that they announce this biogenesis stuff. That's all we've heard over the last 2 months, ever since Tony Bosch has been working with the MLB, about he's gonna cooperate, and these players are gonna be suspended. First it was 2 weeks, month rolled around. Then it was these guys are gonna serve the suspension of 2014. Brian Braun gets suspended. And now all of a sudden it's heated up even more, and they still haven't announced it yet. They just need to announce it. They need to get this out there because they have dragged their freaking feet on it for so long. And I understand a big reason why it hasn't been announced, because like I said, because of A-Rod taking his sweet time and all the conflicting reports with him. Because the MLB wants to announce this as an entire group. They just don't want to go, okay, you're suspended, you're suspended, you're suspended. They want to announce all the suspensions at one time. And whatever, fine, I get that. But they need to speed this up because teams need to know. I thought they should have announced it for the deadline, so you're not like Dave Dombrowski. Because say Peralta doesn't get suspended, which I think is inevitably is going to get suspended. You could have just, saved yourself from having to trade for Jose Iglesias if you would have known if he's going to get suspended or not get suspended. And say Peralta doesn't get suspended, then you could have. It's not a waste to move because you do get your shortstop for the future, whatever, and you do get Peralta then for the rest of the year. But you could have made a move you potentially didn't have to make. And I think it's wrong that the MLB is taking this long to get it done and out there, and especially to notify teams that, hey, this guy's going to get suspended, and, this is when whatever. So it's kind of taking me off. They need to hurry up with this biogenesis stuff because they're dragging their feet on it, and I think they owe MLB fans and the teams to know who's going to go and to announce it already. So I heard it was supposed to be Friday, which today is Friday. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I haven't read anything about it. I've been on Hardball Talk and everything already, all through Twitter. Nothing on it. And I'm here it's Sunday, so who knows? MLB just needs to hurry up. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching. I noticed I got a couple new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. And if you guys want, I'll leave my Twitter below. You can follow me on Twitter and stuff like that. I follow back and everything else. So, have a good one, guys. Go Tigers.